Hey guys, and welcome to Game Jammin. Today's video is all about killing the Mercy in Valkyrie form, which is her ult now. So, as you probably already know, when Mercy ults, right now she has 20 seconds of Valkyrie form where she's able to control her movement in the air. Basically, she has free movement to go up, down with spacebar and the control key, and her healing beam is extended. Her gun is also powered so that she no longer has to reload anymore. But what's really important about the ability is that she no longer has a 1 second cooldown before self-healing. So what does that mean? That means that at any given time, she's automatically generating 20 health per second. So the question is, which characters can kill her while she's in ult? Now, if we looked on paper and we were just going to compare the DPS of characters, every single character would be able to kill Mercy. There would be no point in even showing you the testing of it because it would just be like, yeah, everybody has a DPS that's higher than 20. However, there's a big difference between a Mercy that is sitting still and doing nothing versus a Mercy that is in the air and is moving around quite freely. So what we wanted to do is try out all the heroes and see which heroes have a good chance of dealing with a Mercy that is in the air. The way we decided to handle the testing was by having Mercy duel the heroes one at a time. Now, this doesn't necessarily match actual conditions because, of course, team fights get messy and there's generally multiple players at the same time. But to simplify things, we did one hero at a time, and the idea was to figure out, is the Mercy the aggressor and can attack the target, or would Mercy have to back off, or can Mercy even escape? So let's discuss and see what works. So first up on the list, we've got the Hitscan Heroes, McCree, Soldier 76, Bastion, and Widowmaker. They're really the obvious choices for taking out a Mercy that's in the air, and none of them really have that hard of a time. 2 body shots from a Widowmaker, Bastion in turret form will rip her to shreds. Soldier and McCree are both good choices, not to mention the fact that their ults generally are really good for taking her out too. Soldier has a great ult for taking out the Mercy, which you're obviously not going to miss, and the healing is the damage you do will way outclips the healing that Mercy can do. So definitely the Hitscan Heroes are the first obvious choice. So let's now talk about the situational heroes. We've got Genji, Pharah, Hanzo, Junkrat, and Diva. Though even Diva, I'm not sure if I should include on the list, but let's go through them. Genji has a potential for taking out a Mercy just based on the pure burst DPS that he can sometimes get done. I don't think you're going to get one that's like 10 seconds into the ult. However, if you catch her when she's still on the ground to start with and she tries to escape, you may be able to dash to finish her off with some well-placed shurikens. Not to mention that when Genji ults, because the dash gets a reset, you might be able to dash, ult, dash, slash, and it may do just enough damage to get the kill. I would say it's a difficult one, but potential is definitely there. If we're talking about Pharah, now if Pharah is able to land 2 direct rockets on Mercy, she has a chance. Now, she will not likely have any terrain to bounce the shot off of, like you can't aim for the feet because Mercy's going to be in the air, but potentially she can take down a Mercy. Situational at best. Hanzo, similar sort of deal. You can't use scatter shot in the air because, you know, even though it's OP, it doesn't work in the air like that. We all know that. But Hanzo can use body shots. If you can get 2 body shots in quick succession, that will take down a Mercy before she can out-heal it. However, if he misses the second body shot, she will heal fast enough and probably be able to escape. Looking at Junkrat's interesting because of his ability to use the double mine. And because the double mine has a reasonable amount of range, if the Mercy was close enough to start the ult, Junkrat has a chance of taking the Mercy down. Now, however, as soon as the Mercy gets up and high enough in the air, likely Junkrat doesn't really stand a chance and kind of needs to back off. Finally, Diva. Diva, again, is an interesting one. In theory, she can out-DPS the Mercy, and because she can now fire, use rockets, while also simultaneously boosting toward the Mercy, there's a chance. Is the chance pretty small, and if a Mercy's elusive, will it work? Probably not. But there was an opportunity to take out a Mercy if you work fast enough. The real trick there is to make sure to sustain the DPS, because if you even give her a moment of breath, she'll start healing up too fast for the Diva to do anything about it. And now we have the rest of the heroes. Basically, these heroes, they technically can still kill Mercy because every hero can kill Mercy. But it's unlikely they're going to be able to do it while Mercy's ulting if she's paying attention. So Doomfist does have an uppercut to get in the air, but other than that, doesn't really have too many other opportunities. His shotgun spread is pretty big, so even though he can deal some damage, he's not going to be able to deal consistent damage at all. He does have an ult, but unfortunately the ult will only hit the ground, and so even if Mercy gets up just enough in the air, likely she will be able to escape. So as soon as you click the ult button, Mercy gets up in the air, and you're not going to be able to hit her. Going through the rest of the characters, if we look at Reaper, he's short range, so basically as soon as Mercy builds up any sort of range, he's going to be ineffective. The similar thing for Sombra and Tracer. They're short range characters. As soon as the character gets out of a reasonable range and it's not very hard, Mercy will escape no problem. Looking at Mei, she technically has a projectile that does pretty good damage, but unless you land a headshot in the beginning to start it off, you're likely not going to, unless you're good at getting successive shots, a Mercy that's playing unpredictably is going to be hard to kill. Torbjorn does have a turret, and with the level 2 turret, it will eventually work down a Mercy. However, the Mercy has plenty of time to react. This is not something instantaneous, and so if the Mercy takes some damage, she just goes, okay, and backs out of the way, and she'll be fine. Going through the tank heroes, we were talking about D.Va. I'd almost say D.Va just doesn't really, is not strong enough, but we'll call it, it's a middle ground. Orisa does have the ability to pull characters, but pulling a character in there, you're unlikely to land enough successive shots. Yes, she can deal damage to Mercy, but Mercy's likely going to get away. It's really hard to pick her off. Reinhardt obviously has a hammer, doesn't have much chance. The only chance he does have is that his ult does have a height of about 2 meters. So if you catch a Mercy diving in, you can ult for the Earth Shatter, and then do some hammer shots and finish it off with either a charge or finish it off with a fire blast, and you should be able to take her out. You will out DPS the healing. Roadhog does have a hook, but the hook is one of those very questionable things. You potentially can one-shot her. It just seems to be really hit or miss, and by the time you get off your first shot, the second shot, she can move around so many different ways that it's hard to get the successive shots to get the kill. So technically, yeah, you can get a kill, but it's unlikely. Winston easily is going to have difficulty killing the Mercy because the Mercy's just going to outrange Winston. Same thing with Zarya. Now, the difference with Zarya, and I'd almost put her back in the situational, is if she saves her Graviton Surge, I noticed one YouTuber, I believe his name is Canadian, that had a way of dealing with a Mercy. And basically what he was doing was using Zarya's Graviton Surge, but shooting it up in the air next to a wall. So again, it's a little bit situational, but there's enough walls and other things that are around that there is an opportunity to catch her in the well, and if you catch her in the well, then you should be able to kill her. If, however, you do not have an ult, Zarya pretty much has no chance. Going finally to the supports are a little bit different. You're not going to out DPS the Mercy. The Mercy is going to escape from each of these supports. However, there are 2 supports that can help the situation. Anna can use her Biotic Grenade to make it very, very difficult for Mercy. If she is able to land the purple on her, she's going to have 5 seconds where Mercy can't get any healing. And so during those 5 seconds, she can easily take her out with the sniper shots. However, Mercy also does have enough time to just escape, generally speaking. Zenyatta can also put the Discord Orb, which doesn't necessarily make it easier for him to kill Mercy, but if he's got some allies around, it can definitely help out. So now that we've gone through all the characters, let's talk about effective combos that might help you with taking out a Mercy. Mercy is most vulnerable using her ult when she's going in for a revive, and as we all know, that's kind of the key to, that's why you kind of want to use an ult. Generally speaking, you will revive a character, then use your ult, and then revive another character. Now, they're talking about changing it, so maybe by the time this video comes out, things will have changed, but just understand that Mercy is likely going to be going for at least one revive during her ult. So when she's going for a revive, she will have to reach the ground, and that is your opportunity to stun her. So you probably won't stop the revive unless they change it to a channel, which they probably should. But since right now the revive is an instant thing, when Mercy comes down, you may not stop the revive, but you should be able to stun her, and with a little bit of teamwork, you can usually take her out. A lot of the characters I said that don't have a chance, when teamed up with another character, have plenty of opportunities to kill a Mercy. Working with an Ana to use a purple grenade, using Discord Orb can really help out and make Mercy not that big a deal to kill. Honestly, I would suggest right now just sticking with the Hitscan Heroes and making sure your team has at least one that is doing nothing but trying to take out the Mercy, because Mercy right now is just that much a part of the meta. However, with some combinations and with some teamwork working together, Mercy's not that difficult to kill. What you shouldn't expect is using a non-Hitscan hero to solo a Mercy. However, teamwork can change everything, and once you get Mercy out, then your team should have the advantage. So that's it for this myth testing. If you like this style of myth testing, make sure to let me know in the comments below and what you'd like to see me test next, and tune in for the next video. See you guys.